Presentations can either make or break your influence as a leader. Today, I'm going to share the 5 most effective tips that will offer you the biggest transformations in how you present to larger groups by focusing on the mistakes people often make and how to fix them. Let's dive in. Mistake number 1 is rushing through your presentation. I can't tell you how many times I've sat through presentations, speeches and pitches thinking that perhaps they've got a train to catch or something. They just go, when you rush through your presentation, it's like fast forwarding through a movie. Your audience misses the plot. People often rush because they're nervous. They feel time pressured and there's too much data to get through. But this habit just undermines your authority and clarity. So how to fix it? Well, we need to slow down. Don't be afraid to pause. Pausing gives your audience time to digest the information and shows that you're in control over the pace. Practicing breathing as well in between points to naturally slow yourself down and let your message land. So remember, speaking too quickly is something we're all guilty of, especially me. But one thing that is really going to bore the delegates to death is speaking at the same volume. Mistake number 2 is speaking at the same volume from start to the end. It's like playing an instrument without any dynamics. It lacks contrast and energy. If you do this too often, you will struggle to hold the room's attention. Patsy Rodenberg says, all great performers breathe the whole space they are in. They don't breathe half of the room or over-breathe it, as this would disengage them and they would lose their charisma. So vary your volume to suit the message. For example, speak more softly to draw people in, and raise your volume when you want to make a key point. This not only keeps attention, but adds impact to your words. Mistake number 3 is using a monotone voice. A monotone voice is like singing happy birthday without changing the pitch. So it would be something like happy birthday to you, etc. It'd be awful. When you speak without any variation in pitch, your audience checks out before you get to the chance to give them the important bits of your presentation. Think about your voice like a melody. Lift your pitch to highlight key points and vary your tone throughout your presentation. This keeps the audience engaged and helps convey emotional weight of your message. Mistake number 4 is using too many filler words. So filler words like or I heard the word obviously the other day, and this lady was giving a pitch, and she was saying just constantly, so obviously we need to just check the Q3, make sure that that's going to lead into Q4. Obviously, we all know that those changes, and obviously, it's constantly using that one word. It's what's going to happen is it's going to distract and it's going to undermine the confidence that you want to project. So start by recording yourself to capture these common filler words. Once you're aware of them, you can replace them with intentional pauses, as in take a breath, or just close your mouth. Now, the silence might feel uncomfortable at first, but it adds authority and gives your audience time, again, to absorb your message. Mistake number 5, and the last mistake, so you're nearly at the end with me, it's very simple, is focusing on one section of the room at a time. So it's kind of like performing to one person in the audience. You're just performing to them. And if I was to sing to them, I'm singing just to them and ignoring everyone else in the room. I haven't thought about the melody, but I'm going to do it again. But the difference is if I sing to everybody in the audience and above, not going crazy, maybe the tip is to stop singing and fix your focus on one section of the room. I'm singing or speaking to this section, and then I'm going to go over here and maybe into the middle and back to the camera. It's very difficult on the camera on Zoom or meetings because you have to be looking at the camera, but you can just gauge other people's reactions to your speaking or your pitch, your presentation, etc. if you're doing a webinar, for instance. It's really good not just to kind of focus on one thing. Just allow the environment to dictate where you look. So I think that just about covers it. If you're interested in working with me on nailing your group presentations, either for yourself or your team, get in touch. Speak soon.